Hello everyone and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Now before we start today there is a matter that I want to bring to your attention. Now you might know there is a World of Warships fan site called ShipComrade.com. I am personally part of the volunteer staff of this website, and the Project Wrecked video series I make is meant to help promote that website. Now the founder of the website, who goes by the nickname of ShipComrade, is in a bit of trouble. Basically, his stepfather got scammed out of his home, and now ShipComrade is trying to get enough money to fight this matter in court. I will put a link to the whole story and to the site where you can donate for this cause in the video description. And I'll be grateful if you would help spread the word. I myself donated a little bit, and I sincerely hope that ShipComrade can get his father's house back. Now, let's return to the battle here at hand. Today, you will see once again me playing. I'm in my Scharnhorst, the tier 7 German premium battleship. I'm on the map Estuary. Okay, I actually don't know how to pronounce that map name. And well, it's a tier 7 battle. Very nice matchmaking, but that's rather common at tier 7 these days. And yeah, it's a 4-point domination game mode. And I have just fired high explosives shells at the York because I hadn't realized I had high explosives loaded currently. And I've switched back to armor piercing. Now with 4 points in a domination game mode it's a bit tricky. By 3 points you usually try to control 2, but if there are 4 points around you'd have to control 3 if you want to have the majority. So I don't mind here splitting the team and trying to take both points. I've managed to secure at least a slight hit, and we know there is an enemy destroyer capping here because, well, somebody is capping and we don't spot anything. So somewhere in there is sitting a destroyer, and now we can see him. Our friendly destroyer is here on the outskirts. I would prefer him in the point itself. But he is doing his job, he is spotting the enemy destroyer, and he's making sure that I know if torpedoes come my way, where they're coming from. I mean, currently this destroyer is hiding behind an island. He is now under fire because our destroyer is spotting him, and he will be forced to retreat from this position. Now this island is hopefully giving me some torpedo cover. If I'm the way that I'm moving currently, it will be hard for him to launch torpedoes at me. And unfortunately I don't get a very good hit on this destroyer, but cruiser here is supporting us, and destroyer is probably also shooting the enemy destroyer. So this island is unfortunately not in a great position. Now my torpedo range is 6 kilometers, so nothing is in torpedo range. It's highly unlikely this guy had to be unspotted and then try to come here and make a suicide torpedo run at me or something for these torpedoes to have a chance to hit something. So these torpedoes are unlikely to do it. But, you know, it didn't cost me anything to fire them. Now I still want to use this island as a bit of cover in case there are some surprises in that direction, like more torpedoes or something. And I also don't want to leave that cap circle. Now I would have loved to shoot the broadside of the enemy cruiser, but the smoke is kind of stopping me from doing that. Unfortunately we've lost our destroyer, which means the enemy destroyer would now be free to like turn back and try to ambush me. We don't have any advanced spotter anymore. Now my team here is a bit more passive than me, but they are in a position to provide me fire support, and there aren't enough enemy ships there so that I'm concerned. As long as I can avoid getting torpedoed like from an ambush behind an island, I should be fine here. And that was a very nice hit. Now, unfortunately, we did not get the point A. There is still some fighting over there, but it seems like our team might be outnumbered. So I'm not holding any hopes that we take this point. So it's... yeah, it's important that we can capture this point fast. Now there is a... you might see on the aiming indicator there is an island here. And hey, it was an enemy cruiser. If your guns point in a way that they would be shooting in an island, then you can see an indicator here if you have, well, if you have that option enabled. So when it comes to shooting through gaps in an island, you might wanna have a look at that. It might not always be completely accurate, but it helps. Now we've almost captured here. Again, I didn't want to get too close in this direction because there is still a destroyer around there somewhere. And now we can hopefully deal with this Scharnhorst, who is kind enough to present broadside, and there is the destroyer. And, well, my shells didn't do a lot, now did they? I will change my focus to the destroyer now. It's much more important to take rid of him, and I'm not giving enough lead here. Those are not very well aimed shots, but my team took care of it. Now I'm turning. I'm expecting torpedoes coming this way. Also, I do not want to show my broadside towards this Scharnhorst. And there are the torpedoes. But I should be able to avoid them. And afterwards we only have to deal with this Scharnhorst. There is somebody defending B, another battleship, so I have to be careful or this battleship might punish me. Which means it's kind of important that we can deal with it fast. Now we do have a battleship here a bit far on the outskirts. Again, I would have loved if he was a bit more aggressive and here more towards me with the center. Because after we deal with this Scharnhorst, this guy will be in a position... he won't be in a position to shoot anyone for quite a while, I guess. And I'm currently steering towards an island, but I just don't want to show my broadside towards this Scharnhorst, and I still want to go somewhat in this direction, which makes the situation a bit awkward. And I really have to turn or I will run into this island, so I hope this salvo will deal with the Scharnhorst before he can punish me. And yeah, that worked. Now I know there is a battleship around here somewhere. We can see one destroyer who is far away. I'm not entirely sure where the other destroyer is, so I'll have to keep that in mind. And I think this König is trying to retreat. Probably realized that there is too much coming this way. Now my torpedoes are at 6 kilometer range. I could launch them right now, but this guy is sailing away from me. So by the time that torpedoes are there, he'd probably be out of range. Now he is turning his ship. That means he opens up his broadside for 1, and that also means that now I have a realistic chance hitting him with torpedoes. It's just unlikely that he continues on this course, so probably should have launched my torpedoes a little bit different. I could have also just held them until I'm closer and I'm more certain that I can get a hit. But I have launchers at both sides, so I can just turn my ship and use the other side if it becomes necessary. Also, I think we might just be able to sink this König before I'm in a position to really torpedo him. Now I'm turning my ship in order to launch my torpedoes, which is probably unnecessary, but it's not like I have anything better to do while I reload my guns. it was kind of a wasted effort. Now I wanna slow down my ship and stay inside the capture circle and cap. Also it's quite a bit of fire incoming in front of me. I want some other ships of my team to catch up with me first before I continue this push. And oh my god, there is a destroyer. Now this lone torpedo is unfortunately not fast enough to do anything about it. And I will try to move forward again. I have to get this ship moving in order for me to be able to maneuver. And I can't sit still if... oh. Well, it seems my secondaries might have just detonated him. Which is a lot of good luck for him. And I feel kind of sorry for him. I really... well, yeah, sort of. Now anyway, after this amusing explosion, I'm free to continue forward. It seems like the enemy destroyer had not launched his torpedoes yet. He was probably trying to make sure that this strike really hits where it hurts. Now this Congo is capturing C. Unfortunately, since I've just shot someone else, my guns are reloading and the back rear turret is still turning. So I'm not in time to stop this Congo from capping. Also my shots seem to be very badly aimed. And I only do minor damage. Now one problem of the Scharnhorst is of course she has rather small caliber guns. But they can still hurt, you can still get citadel hits. But yeah, if your enemy is angled, then don't expect too much. On the other hand, if you can see a cruiser showing you broadside 5 kilometers in front of you, your guns will hurt a lot. I'm launching my torpedoes here and, well, this cruiser also has torpedoes, so they might be coming my way right now. And here they are. Now this is a very awkward situation. It was a widespread, but still this one torpedo. Now there might be more torpedoes coming. So I have to keep that in mind. And I was hoping he would turn a little bit more, but I think he turned enough to show me somewhat decent shot. And yeah, the way he's turning, I think he's launching a second salvo. So, gotta keep that in mind. I'm turning my ship, I'm hoping to avoid any launch torpedoes, and this salvo will hopefully finish him off. And of course now I get a citadel hit, because he was already almost dead anyway. So those torpedoes are easily avoided. It's looking pretty good overall. We have quite a huge lead, we have a lead ship-wise, we have a lead point-wise, and this destroyer in front of me has just reached himself. Doesn't look like I hit him though. So he's... I mean, destroyers are quick little ships. He might have been able to reverse out of there in time. Or just my dispersion was horrible. Now I switched to high explosive because I expected to shoot a destroyer, and now unfortunately I'm shooting a Congo who is showing me broadside. So instead of really hurting this guy, I give him a little love tap. Now I switched back to armor piercing, but it's probably a bad idea because this Congo is sailing behind an island, and the next ship that I'm gonna engage is most likely going to be this destroyer. Now currently I'm charging this smoke. I could just sit back here and wait for the smoke to disperse. We already have quite a lead, and well, I mean, this destroyer doesn't have to show himself to us ever if he wants to. He could just be at range and make a nuisance of himself. So I just decided to charge him. It's not necessarily the best plan of action, but there is some support incoming, so I'm saying hey. I'm also trying to not sail in too much of a straight line and hopefully make his torpedoes miss. Now there was a torpedo salvo there, and I'm gonna turn again and hope that he is missing his next salvo as well. Also, this destroyer is not doing a good job of running away. He might have run into more trouble with this island. And there he goes. I also managed to avoid all torpedoes, so this worked surprisingly well. And it gave me a Kraken. Now at this point this game is basically won. They have one battleship who is capturing B, which will do absolutely nothing because very soon we will reach 1,000 points. And with 1,000 points we will have won. And there is the win. Let's take a look at the results. I managed to get myself 2,146 base experience, so I'm very happy with my result here. And I think it was a very nice battle. My team played reasonably well, and yeah, we achieved victory. Now I got myself Confederate Fireproof Close Quarters Expert Dreadnought, something new from the anniversary event. Don't really know what that is. Kraken and a Devastating Strike, and I was obviously very lucky that I managed to detonate that one destroyer. I hope you enjoyed watching this battle. I know it's been a while since I've shown you a destroyer. I'll try to find a good destroyer game for the near future for you. I just wanted to bring you another one of my battles. And well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.